Keeping a home clean is one of those things that everyone wants but no one wants to do. Doing chores is nobody's idea of a good time. I lived with roommates, I lived alone, and the struggle is real for every scenario. When you share a space, I've seen it all. The passive-aggressive sticky notes, or the unclaimed dirty dishes, or the magical belief that someone else will do it. And when you live alone, well, then the challenge is doing it without anyone watching. But at a certain point, I thought, there must be a better way. Well, there is. So in this video, I will share with you 5 ideas to make chores less of a task and more as a game. Some are for when you're living alone, others are for when you're sharing a space. The first idea is the choropoly. So, if Monopoly and household chores had a baby, well, this would be it. The idea is to create a board game with different spaces. Some would be the actual tasks, could be do the laundry, wash the dishes, vacuum the living room, while other spaces would be for actions such as assign a chore to another player, swap chores with someone else, or just skip a turn. You can also think about special bonuses like double or nothing, where you roll the dice and you either lose a chore or gain an extra one. All players will take turns, rolling the dice and moving their piece, turning the to-do list in a game of competition, fun, and also a little bit of revenge. The game will end once all the chores are assigned to the different players. And I would say this idea will not be more engaging, but also fun in its own way. The second idea is the chore lottery. Here's how it works. First of all, you list all the tasks on a piece of paper, and for each of them you assign a specific amount of points, based on the effort. So, for example, something simple like cleaning the counter could be 1 point, while vacuuming the whole apartment could be 5. Every time you complete a chore, you write your name on a piece of paper, 1 for each of the points you have earned, and you put them in the lottery box. At the end of the week, it's time for the big draw, and here you can decide how to play. Maybe the first name picked gets a reward, like a free coffee, or choosing the movie for the night, or just skipping a chore the next time. Or you can choose to flip the game, so the last name picked gets a punishment. This could be paying for dinner or just getting an extra chore the next time. Either way, the more you do, the better your odds. The next idea is perfect if you are alone. The chore bingo. Why not turning chores into a game where you win as you go? So create a bingo card, and for every square you put a chore, like take out the trash or cleaning the fridge, and mark off the square as you complete the task. To stay motivated, you can also set small rewards for every row or column you complete. This could be 5 minutes on social media or an episode of your favorite TV series. Just think about something that has value for you. And once you've completed the whole card, well, then think of a big reward. This could be ordering takeout, it could be taking a day off the next day, it could be buying something meaningful for you. The idea is to create a game where you stay motivated and you actually want to win as you complete the tasks. Next, we have the chore wheel. If you struggle with motivation, let the wheel of chores decide for you. So create a wheel with the different tasks. Take out the trash, do the laundry, and whenever it's time to clean, just spin the wheel and tackle wherever it lands on. You can play this either alone or with others. If you're alone, challenge yourself to complete a spin within a time limit. If you are with roommates or family, take turns spinning and turn this into a friendly competition. To make things even more interesting, you can also add some wildcard spaces, like spin again, or tackle the final boss with a bigger cleaning task, or just even reward yourself with a treat. This will make every cleaning session a little bit more unpredictable and engaging. The last idea is the chore Jenga. Turn chores into a game of skill and pressure. Write down all the tasks into the Jenga blocks, and players will take turns pulling a block and doing whatever chore is written on it before the next turn. But here's the twist. Every time the tower falls, there is a penalty. So whoever knocks it over, let's say will have to clean for 10 more minutes, do an extra chore, or take the least desirable one. You can also play this on your own, for example setting a timer every 5 or 10 minutes, and every time it goes off, you just complete a task. Every time the tower falls, well, maybe then you add 3 or 5 chores to your to-do list. Or if you are able to clear a set number of blocks without the tower falling, let's say 5 or 10 blocks, then you can maybe reward yourself with a treat or with a break. And these were the ideas. Chores don't have to be fun, but with a little bit of creativity, they also don't have to feel like a struggle. And if you're interested in knowing more ideas to level up your routine and make it more engaging, well, consider subscribing and see you next time.